What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Raiders Week 4 game recap. And for the second week in a row, the Browns lose a game that they had multiple chances to win, as the Browns lose to the Las Vegas Raiders today by a final score of 20-16, and they fall to 1-3 on this season. And it's not really the fact that they lost. I'm numb to losing. I mean, pretty much every Browns fan is at this point. It's how they lose. Because as you know, the Browns always seem to find new and innovative ways to lose games. Now, last week, of course, the defense served up many chances for the Browns offense to go down and take the lead and potentially win the game. And the defense, again, did the same thing this week. But at least this time, on the final drive, the Browns were actually able to move the ball down the field and get within striking distance, and then they got stuck in the mud. They derped. Of course, since the Guardians game was canceled due to weather today, the Browns decided to be the ones to tease us. Of course, right? They get all the way down the field. Jerome Ford has that big ass run, right? Looking like he was possibly going to take it to the house until Trayvon Merrick tackled him. I still think if that was Nick Chubb just shrugs him off and strides into the end zone. But no, still a big run though. Put us in great field position within the 2-minute warning. Browns had a chance to go in the end zone late in the game, potentially steal a win in a game that it looked like they had no business winning because it seemed like that they were done. And then all of a sudden, you get that scoop and score by Rodney McLeod, and it's almost like this team got juiced up again, right? The energy was there again. They just couldn't finish the job. And I'll be honest with you, when Nick Harris had that bad snap, I was like, yep, things are going to go bad now. Because up until that point, the Browns offense was moving the ball really well. And then the bad snap happened, and they just couldn't recover. They couldn't. Nope. Now, of course, the real reason why we lost, we go all the way back to earlier in the fourth quarter, right? That Amari Cooper touchdown got called back due to a very sus holding call. I even tweeted out after that happened. I was like, watch, that's going to be the reason why we lose this game. Because of that negated touchdown. That was a beautiful ball to Amari Cooper, who was wide open. I think the nearest Raider defender was a county away, right? He was out on the strip somewhere. There was nobody in camera view up until the very end. And of course, flag. Of course, there's a flag. I don't know why I didn't expect a flag. I actually thought, oh my God, we scored. We took the lead. And then flag. I look on the score bug and I see those four lovely letters with the yellow background. Of course. The Browns always find creative and painful ways to lose. And now here we are, sitting 1-3, and we go to Washington next week. Now, on the bright side, it sounds like Nick Chubb might be coming back because it sounds like he'll be activated off the PUP list this week. Now, I'm not going to say it's a gimme that he'll play. I don't know. They might give him a week to get back in the swing of things before they put him on the field. But we'll see. Now, you look at the bad side, what the Commanders just did to the Cardinals. They dropped 42 points on Arizona's head on the road. Washington, with a rookie quarterback, is 3-1. They're looking damn good. Now, their defense isn't great. So we'll see how we do against their defense, but yeah, they're looking good, right? Now, looking at the box score for the Browns, I know people are going to get on Deshaun Watson, but honestly, he wasn't bad. You know, he was solid. 24 of 32, 176 yards. People are going to get on him about not throwing for 200 yards, because, of course, one touchdown and one bad interception that went off of Amari Cooper's hands. I mean, Amari Cooper was open and he was surrounded by Raider defenders. That's like the ultimate zone defense right there. He was open. Ball went off his hands. His hands have betrayed him this year. Rushing the ball, 22 carries total, 92 yards, led by Jerome Ford, who had 10 carries, 58 yards. Most of that was on that big ass run late in the game that put us in striking distance. Deontay Foreman, 4 carries, 2 yards. Unbelievable. Deshaun Watson, 8 carries, 32 yards. But I swore during the week he said, I'm not a running quarterback. So he lied? He lied to the media? He capping? Damn. My captain beat capping. That's tough. Lying to the media like that, bro. What the hell? A running quarterback. Clearly you are, my dude. Right. Now, through the air, we actually did really well. 24 receptions total, 176 yards, and 1 touchdown to Blake Whiteheart, which was the first touchdown of the game. The Browns were up 10-0 after 1, and then the Raiders would go on and score 20 unanswered. That's when I thought this game was over, right? I thought, okay, we're cooked, we're done for. And then the scoop and score happened, and boom, just like that, we're right back in it. And then Dustin Hopkins missed the extra point, and I'm like, oh, of course. Of freaking course. And then they got the negated touchdown to Amari Cooper. Yep. If D-Hop would have made the extra point, we probably would have just kicked the field goal and went to overtime. Right? But no. Nope. Although I don't know about Kevin. Kevin probably would have went for the jugular. But still. Get all the way inside the red zone, only to derp at the very end. In Guardians terms, that would be like getting a leadoff single, followed by a double, and then 3 straight outs. Of course, the freaking Browns had to tease us. Rashee Rice is feared to have suffered a torn ACL. It's tough. That's tough. Hate to see that. We had Jerry Jeudy, 6 receptions, 72 yards. Amari Cooper, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Of course, he probably would have had almost 100 on that touchdown. That was negated. Of course. Of course. Jerome Ford, 7 receptions, 27 yards. Of course, Blake Whiteheart, 3 receptions, 13 yards, and a touchdown. Elijah Moore, 1 reception, 11 yards. Jordan Akins, 1 reception, 10 yards. Deontay Foreman, 1 for 5. And James Prochet, 1 for 3. Defensively, 2 sacks, both from Myles Garrett. So it's good that he showed up again. And, I mean, honestly, the defense showed up late in the game, right? They got that scoop and score, and all of a sudden the defense is like, yo, we can win this shit. They went out after that scoop and score and forced punt, punt, punt. 3 straight punts. What did the offense do with those? Punt, punt, downs. Again, with a competent offense, they might score on those 3 drives, right? But no, this offense just can't stop getting in their own way. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. Right? Stupid. It's freaking stupid. freaking nuts, man. Because that touchdown would have put us ahead. Now, of course, the Raiders would have had plenty of time to go down and do something, but you never know, right? You never know. 82-yard touchdown pass to Amari Cooper because of a sus-ass holding call on Nick Harris. And Nick Harris was only in the game because Ethan Posick hurt his ankle. He tried to come back in, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't push off his freaking ankle to block. So really, you could say if Ethan Posick doesn't get hurt, that holding probably doesn't happen. And who knows, we'll probably win this game. But again, you can't say that because, you know, we don't live in a world of that kind of stuff, right? Oh, what if? Nope. Nope. Because he got hurt and Nick Harris came in there, gave it a valiant effort. But in the end, it came down to a nullified touchdown pass. And then, of course, like I said, the Guardians were off. The game was canceled. So the Browns decided to tease us. And boy, did they. Damn, they gave us the bluest of blue balls. And to make things even better, freaking Mother Nature decided to knock out my TV late in that game. I was watching the final drive on my computer on Fubo. Right as the final plays were about to start, right? It was fourth down. TV comes back on. And I see we turned it over on downs. Man, of course. Now I knew Fubo was behind. So I knew if my TV came back on before the game ended, it was either going to be something amazing like we scored and the Browns are up late, or we didn't score and we lose. And sure enough, yep, we lost. The TV came back on, and the first thing I saw was Raider fans celebrating. And it said first down Raiders on the scoreboard. Of course. As far as how Gardner Minshew and company did, Gardner Minshew, 14 of 24, 130 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, got sacked twice. And this previously Las Vegas rushing attack, because they were one of the worst in the league heading into this game, 29 carries, 152 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Of course. Through the air without Devontae Adams, 14 receptions, 130 yards, led by Jacoby Myers, who had 5 receptions, 49 yards, Trey Tucker, who had 5 for 41, Harrison Bryant had 2 for 21, and Brock Bowers, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Those are the only 4 guys who caught a pass today for the Raiders. Now, if you want to know something that's, I guess the similarity, what's the common denominator with most of those guys? MJ Emerson was probably guarding them. Yeah. Because every time they showed MJ, he was sagged off like 10 yards off the receiver. Meanwhile, Greg and Denzel, they were locked tight with their guy. They were fine for once. But MJ, my God, dude. And then, of course, MJ goes out with a concussion. Of course. Right? If things weren't bad enough, he got a concussion. Of course. And then the Raider defense got 3 sacks. Isaiah Pola-Mao had a sack. Charles Snowden had a sack. And then Janarius Robinson and Christian Wilkins had half a sack. Wow. Honestly amazed at how easy this team makes it to just chirp in big moments, right? I mean, yesterday, watching the Buckeyes, no, it's college football, different thing, you're playing college kids, right? But watching the Buckeyes offense go out there literally score on every drive. They make it look so freaking easy. And then I watch the Browns, and it's almost like brain surgery. It's so freaking hard for this team to score touchdowns. I feel like I'm watching the old Browns again, right? When they couldn't even score for crap. Man, I tell you, I've said it before and I'm going to keep saying it. I am in an abusive relationship with my favorite professional football team. They continuously hurt me, but I just can't stop watching. It's like torture. I can't stop. I'm addicted. I'm a freaking psychopath. I mean, that's why I'm called Crazy Dog. I'm a freaking psychopath. You have to be a psychopath to watch this team and not want to jump out a third story window. Oh man, it's like you see something good happen and you're just like, okay, what's the catch? Right? Like with that Cooper touchdown. I'm thinking, oh my God, we just took the lead and there's a flag. You can literally watch the moment happiness leaves my body when I see that flag symbol on the scoreboard. Can't even make it up. I thought at first maybe Cooper, pushed off. But no, it's a hold, of course. And then they showed a replay of the hold, and it's like, you really called that? You've seen worse on Myles Garrett that doesn't get called. Like, damn. Now, of course, as we all know, if that was the Chiefs offense making that play, there'd be no flag because it's the Browns. The refs hate us because of, I think, this guy. This guy brings a bad rep to the league. So, in turn, the refs are going to take it upon themselves to screw this team over as many times as possible. Essentially, they looking at us with them eagle eyes, whereas they look at a team like the Chiefs like one of the three blind mice, right? Like with the Chiefs, if you want to get a holding called, the offensive lineman has to essentially have your jersey in his hands. Now, we're with us, any little thing, flag, it's just the way it is. I will say, though, the Browns did a good job of reducing the penalties. Let's see how many penalties we had. Okay, 5. Yeah, it's a little much, but it's not as bad as the first 2 weeks. That's for sure. They definitely cut down on those. They actually won the time of possession battle, too. Yeah, they had the ball for 30 minutes. One more minute than the Raiders. They just couldn't make it count when it mattered most. Now, getting into my post game observations. Number one, again, Watson looked solid. He was throwing the ball well. If only his receivers could catch it for the most part. Judy, again, making plays. Good stuff there, but Amari Cooper, man, your hands have betrayed you. What the heck? You're not locked in, bro. What's going on up there? Man, should be second nature to him to catch the ball. He should be able to catch the ball with his eyes closed. For real. I don't know what's gotten into it. I mean, is it from the rumors this offseason, right? Did the rumors get to him? Right? I don't know what's going on, but he has to lock in. Number 2, defense showed up in crunch time again. And once again, the offense couldn't take advantage. Although, like I said, at least they moved the ball into striking distance. Last week, couldn't even move the ball at all. Like they were literally stuck in quicksand. This time, they just got a flat tire at the very end. Classic. And then number 3, This offensive line is bad, and injuries don't make it any better. Ethan Posick got hurt today. Zach Zinter looked good. The way I see it, we didn't hear his name called or his number called, so that's good. DeJuan Jones, buddy, what happened to you, bro? I mean, I saw this dude getting freaking lit up by Deshaun, and I think Jameis too. Yeah, not a great start for DeJuan. James Hudson still stinks for the most part, yeah. Tonio is trying his hardest, of course. You know, his back is barking at him every time he's out there. Man, this team sucks. The vibes are all messed up. Even worse than the Guardians. Because at least with the Guardians, you know, they could snap out of it. Of course, the Guardians play like 162 games. These guys only played, what, 18? So they don't really have many chances to snap out of it. Right? Not to mention, when they lose like they did today, it means we gotta deal with a whole week of garbage from this freaking fan base on Twitter. Like, Brown's Twitter for the second week in a row is going to be Chernobyl level of toxic. Again, I'm almost not going to want to be on Twitter this whole week because of the crap that's going to be on there. People blaming Deshaun and stuff. Yeah, Deshaun made some questionable plays, but it's not really all on him. It's mainly the offensive line, for the most part, because they can barely block. And of course, when you have a limited run game, which I know it'll probably get fixed when Nick Chubb is back, but we already know Nick Chubb ain't going to be like what he was before the injury immediately. He's not just going to walk out on the field and immediately run for 150 yards. It's probably going to take some time. I don't even know if he's going to play against Washington. I don't even know if I want him to play against Washington, given that field's history of taking ACLs. Especially when you got a guy coming off an ACL injury. Right? But we'll see if he comes off the list, and we'll see how he does at practice. But this offensive line is not good. Yeah. Now, my game MVP. I got to go Jerry Jeudy. Because he, once again, made some good plays. He was one of the only guys that you could trust to catch the ball. Which is sad. Like, the dude is literally new here. You know, and he's coming from an offense that had Russell Wilson last year. Dude was looking like he wanted out last year. Now he's out here playing with us. He's looking good. You know, he's making plays and trying to help this offense move down the field, which is good. Right? Really good stuff. But yeah, in the end, couldn't come up big when it mattered. This is going to be another horrible week on Twitter. I can already tell. God, the Guardians are still going. And the Cavs are starting up soon. But on to Washington. And of course, they just put 42 on Arizona. So that'll be fun. Video's going on over 20 minutes. My God, dude. I think I spent like 15 minutes just blabbing on about this team. God. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell. Really helps out the channel. Right? Makes me want to just keep getting lit for you guys. You know? The streams are fun. My team isn't fun, though. Honestly, if it wasn't for the people that are in my chat just, you know, chilling, I don't know if I'd be motivated to stream this godforsaken team. Man. We'll see if they bounce back against Washington. Who knows? That's going to wrap it up. I'm Crazy Dog. And I'll see you guys in a little while for my Guardians Astros series recap and also 2024 regular season recap. And then tomorrow I'll go live to preview the wild card series matchups. and then the rest of the playoffs too. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns, and I'm out. Bye.